and welcome to G17 Collectibles. Another video. This time we're going to take a look at the Star Wars items in the collection. For those of you who have already tuned in to the channel, last week we took a look at the Hot Toys items in the collection, and if you haven't already seen that video, please go and check it out. Next week we will be looking probably more at the full collection, as well as some other kind of highlight videos on particular items, so stay tuned for that. Give a subscription to the channel if you like what you see, and thank you to those who have already checked out some of the videos that we've already created, as well as our new subscriber base. Highly appreciated, all the likes, comments and the subscriptions, and yeah, hopefully you will like the Star Wars items. Now I've got about 30 odd items in the collection. I don't just collect Star Wars, although it is quite prominent in the collection, as you can see as we scan round the room here. Yep, we'll take a look at them helmets today. I've got some models down there, some sabers, blasters, a couple of statues, full-size Boba in the corner there, and we'll very briefly look at the Star Wars Hot Toys as well. So we'll start off down here. This is something that I highlighted in the previous Hot Toys highlight video. It's my nod to the recent Star Wars content, so it's inspired by something which is quite new in Star Wars, but I'll not say any more than that. This is a self-made display, so I'll do that in the recent one that I'm about to show you on the right hand side of the desk. I'm going to do a bit of a video on how I created this display and how I built it. Very easy, didn't cost a lot, minus obviously the Return of the Jedi Hot Toys look and the saber. I think the overall display cost in the region of about £15 to put together. So I'll do a bit of a video on that, so stay tuned on a bit of a build video. But let's have a quick look at it. So we have the Master Replicas, Return of the Jedi Luke saber. We also have the Hot Toys Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker 1/6 scale figure. And this is a lighted display which can change colours, all range of different colours, whatever suits the display or the mood. And I've just put a bit of copper sheet in there which I've scrunched up. You can see there's a kind of nice reflect of that. So that was done a few weeks ago, and I've done this one today. So this is kind of copying the Rogue One Darth Vader scene. It has the Master Replicas Darth Vader saber hilt. Bit of a bargain on that one. I got that loose with no box, no display stand, no certificate, but it is a genuine Master Replicas hilt. I think I picked it up for about £150. I also have the signed plaque there from Dave Prowse, who I met in person at one of the conventions a few years ago, the late Dave Prowse. I quite like this display, not quite finished yet. I'm not convinced on the gold plate. I may change that, but I've got some lights to put in it, just very much like the Luke display. But they sit quite nicely in either side of my desk there. Moving up, just received this in the last month. This is the Saber Trio Skylar Dark Edition Stunt saber. Beautiful saber, high quality, very well built. Good for just playing around with. It lights up, but there's no light effects or no sound. It is the Stunt saber. Let's have a look at the brightness of that one. Really bright saber, feels lovely in hand. That one I am going to do a bit of a highlight video on, just a very short 5-10 minutes to kind of go through it. That and another FX saber that I've got, and I'll show you in a minute. It's a beautiful saber. Got it in the Black Friday sale event that they had. All told it cost about £200, but I'm delighted with that saber. It's a beautiful saber, and it's one that you can just clip on your belt, walk around the house and feel like a Jedi. Above I've got a couple of autographs. Now I've got many autographs in a folder, but I only display certain ones. So this is the Carrie Fisher autograph received in person from Carrie herself at Star Wars Celebration in London a few years ago. And over here, my hero, Mark Hamill, again received that autograph in person at Star Wars Celebration a few years ago. Absolutely love that one of my best autographs that I have. Up here we have got the Rogue One art print, again picked up at Celebration. Limited edition of 250, and I don't know if that quite comes out in the corner, but it is hand signed in pencil by director Gareth Edwards, who signed them at the convention, Star Wars Celebration, in the art hall, and I was lucky enough to just catch him as he walked away from signing. So I managed to get number 202 of 250. They started giving out from 250 downwards, so 48 people or 47 had bet me to it, and I managed to get 202. It's also signed by the artist Jonathan Alley, and it is a photographic print from on the set of Rogue One. That was filmed, I believe, and there was a storm rolling in, so it's a beautiful print. Quite hard to find nowadays, but one I'll never get rid of. Moving across, Peter Mayhew autograph is Chewbacca, again received in person at Star Wars Celebration London. And then moving on to the helmets, I have quite a fair few helmets built up over the years. I won't dwell too much on any of them because there's many videos on YouTube that you can check out for some of these. Again, I'm pretty confident that I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 highlight videos from these helmets. One in particular, the RS Prop Masters Y-Wing. It's a very exclusive limited edition lid, and I would like to just show you guys that for 5 or 10 minutes. So again, keep your eyes peeled for that content coming out. So the first helmet, we have the EFX Darth Vader. A superb helmet. Really love this one. Not painted, just bare kind of plastic, but beautiful helmet. £350 at the time. Owned that for several years now. Moving on to the RS Prop Masters X-Wing Luke Red 5 helmet. Beautiful helmet, really nicely weathered and detailed. Absolutely love that one, stunning. Moving on to the next one, we have Dennis Lawson Red 2 Wedge helmet. Look around the side there. Again, that's a signed limited edition from RS Prop Masters. And then the probably the highlight of the helmet collection, the RS Prop Masters Y-Wing. This is a stunning helmet. Very lucky and fortunate to get on that. It was by invitation only, I believe, and I managed to secure number 18 of 100, and RS Prop Masters are still manufacturing at the time of this video and getting the last batches out. I've had that for about 6 months already, and every time I look at it, you know, it's just so well put together. And at the very end there is just the Black Series, the Hasbro Black Series Luke Skywalker Red 5. Originally I had purchased that as a Amazon Prime warehouse bargain. I think I got it for about £90. And I intended on modifying it for General Merrick's blue leader from Rogue One. I was going to give it a bit of a repaint and try and get it as accurate to General Merrick's helmet as possible. But do you know what, I was so impressed with the electronics in it and the fact you can sit and wear it and pretend you're in either the Death Star runs. I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep it the way it is. I've still got the Anovos General Merrick helmet on pre-order. It's been a pre-order for about 3 years. Maybe one day Anovos will surprise us and they'll actually produce it. Moving down here, we've got the Anovos Shore Trooper. Stunning helmet, absolutely fantastic. Again, I won't dwell on that one. There is a separate video already up on the channel for that one, so please do check it out. Then we move on to the Mandalorian helmet from Anovos. This is fantastic, well worth the wait. Ordered in February of last year. It was an in-stock helmet and received it 6 months later. Yeah, go figure, that's Anovos for you, but well worth the wait. So yeah, that's the Mandalorian. It's a fantastic helmet, really nicely weathered and goes very well alongside the Shore Trooper. Recent addition, believe it or not, the Anovos Stormtrooper helmet. Picked this guy up just before Christmas of 2020, so it's only been on the shelf for less than a month. It's really good. It's very light. It's not made as solidly as both the Shore Trooper or the Mandalorian, but for looks wise and the shape of it, pretty accurate, and I'm very happy with it. And then last but not least in the helmets is the Biker Scout. Just a third party, unknown maker Biker Scout helmet. I've owned that for many years. Good shape, good colour. The lid does lift up so you can reveal the faceplate. It's just a fiberglass helmet, nothing much more to say about it, but yeah, it's pretty decent. And then moving on to the models and sabres. Here is the unfinished D'Agostini Millennium Falcon. I just have not had the time to try and finish this. It's every time I think about it, just putting the rest of the greeblies on and the pipework and then painting and weathering. It's just beyond me at the moment, but maybe one day when I've got a bit of time, I'll get on and get it done. Then we've got a little Bandai X-Wing sitting down here, which is fully painted and weathered very lightly. Just a small little model. It's less than £10–15, but what a fun little thing to build and paint. Boba Fett Ruby's helmet. This was given to me as a gift from some of my friends. It is signed by the late great Jeremy Bulloch. Okay, not necessarily screen accurate, and I'm not a massive fan of signed props, but as a gift, this was fantastic to receive. You know, I really appreciated it. So there you are, we signed Boba Fett helmet. And then moving into the weapons and sabres before we look at the ATAT, we've got the Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker blaster. Managed to get a bit of a bargain in this several years ago. They were running about £500–600 on eBay, and I picked this one up for £400. Now worth a lot more, now that the Star Wars is back in the limelight. Then we move on to the Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Again, this was another bargain. I paid £150 for this hilt with certificate and plaque. No case, no box. But the saber's in perfect condition. It's a beautiful saber, and the plaque just gives it that extra Master Replicas touch. And then moving down, this is not Master Replicas, this is the Saber Forge Obi-Wan hilt. It is an FX saber, so it has all the sounds, bells, whistles and lights with a blue blade. Great little saber to kind of fling around, but I've decided to, rather than put it on the wall with a blade in it, just put it on display as a hilt. And then we've got the Master Replicas Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber, weathered edition from A New Hope, and this is probably one of the greatest hilt sabers, in my opinion, that Master Replicas produced. It's a stunner. It's an absolute stunner. Really heavy. It feels as if it's just come off the set. It's a stunning, accurate replica, in my opinion, again, of Obi-Wan Kenobi's saber from A New Hope. And I absolutely adore that piece. Again, another bargain. I think at the time I paid about £400 for it. And this was only a few years ago. And then something that I made myself. So I really liked the Master Replicas AT-AT, but I didn't have the funds. It's at the time a couple of £1,000 to try and get one. So I decided to make one myself. And this cost, I think all told, just shy of £100 to make. So this is the Bandai model kit of the AT-AT. And it sits atop a snowy base, just like the Master Replicas version, with a little small Bandai snow speeder. Now it's the wrong shade, it's slightly darker than it should be. But I'm really proud of this. I'm not an expert model maker by any manner of means. I do like to tinker and I've got some skills, but I'm not an expert. But for the money and for the time I invested in it, I think, and I wasn't going for screen accuracy, I wasn't going for something that was truly accurate to Empire Strikes Back. I'm delighted with it. It was a lot of fun to do. The kit's a really good kit to work with, and I just used weathering techniques, the airbrush, as well as weathering sticks and weathering paint palettes from Tamiya to give it that kind of oily, greasy, dirty look. The snow was made from glue and bicarbonate of soda, so that was a lot of fun to try and do as well. And it's the same with the little snow speeder. Very easy to build, paint and weather. Moving on, we have my Jin Erso A180 blaster, which is an all metal replica with the AW custom conversion kit on it. Absolutely love this. Total price paid, with including the wee plaque, about £200, but it's a fantastic blaster from the Star Wars universe. Fell in love with it the minute I saw Rogue One, which is an amazing film, and as a blaster, it just went so well into the whole genre of Star Wars and the original trilogy. And then behind that, we've got a pair of CB15 goggles, which I managed to pick up for about £20–25. They're not accurate to Jin Erso, but they're the closest match I could find to, the Rogue One goggles used. So that's a really nice little display. And you'll notice that I like to have wee plaques on my display items. They're just custom made from a guy in America. You can get them on eBay. Moving up, the Jin Erso premium format statue from Sideshow. This is a great statue. I really like this one. The cut and sew, the costume, the hard parts, so the mask, the bandolier, the blaster, fantastically done. Really well done. And then the head sculpt, that is Jin. Fairly accurate to me, absolutely love it. It's a great statue. Oh, and below that, we've just got a wee Imperial credit chip below, £5, Etsy. If you don't have one, pick them up on Etsy, really cheap. And it's a fun little thing just to add into your collection. Now, on to the biggest item in the collection. The Return of the Jedi Boba Fett costume. Now, I can't take any credit for buying the parts from various makers individually and putting it all together. I bought the costume from another collector as a complete suit. Every single part was included. Blaster, gauntlets, boots, underhood. And all I had to do was find a mannequin, chop it up and get it into the pose that I wanted to. It took me a full day to dress the mannequin, but well worth it. Everything about this is screams quality. It's a very commanding piece to have in your collection. And it is a static display. I would never take it off and wear it myself because I'm too short. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a fantastic item to have, and not a lot of people can have the space or the funds to own a full 1-to-1 scale costume. I was very fortunate in picking this one up. You'll never believe what I paid for it. I'll tell you in a minute. You should do some close-ups on this. So there's the helmet. I think all the different parts, they're not made by one person. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea who made these individual components, whether it's the soft armour parts or the hard armour parts. But you know, you can tell it's got some quality about it. So the price paid for that full thing, £1,800. Bargain of the century. And then moving up, we'll just conclude the room tour with these 4 Star Wars hot toys. I have got more Star Wars hot toys on order this year. In fact, the Mandalorian pre-Beskar armour has just arrived, and my Han Solo Mud Trooper should be here next week. But here we have the Hot Toys DX07 Luke Bespin set. This is exclusive edition. Again, another wee bargain on this one, £180 for the set. A couple of years back, I was delighted to receive that. And then over here we have, and I'll not dwell on these too much because again I've got a separate video, and if you're interested in these 2 items and a bit more about them and the story behind the signed plaques, please do go and check out that particular video. But we do have signed plaques from Alan Tudyk and Donnie Yen, again both obtained in person, and these are 2 cracking figures. Really like these 2. So thanks for joining me today on the Star Wars highlight of the entire collection. I plan to do a few more videos every week. So next week we'll maybe do a full tour of the entire collection. So if you're interested in some of the other pieces, please stay tuned for that video. I'm also going to do a couple of highlights for the Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader displays that I've created, and I'll show you how to build them in the next coming weeks. And we'll also be doing a kind of hints and tips of collecting. So I want to, you may have noticed some of the shelving that I use, the lighting that I use, and display ideas that I've got in the room, starting from white walls to white shelves and how the lighting is all configured with hidden wires. And I would like to share that with you in due course, because I think it's important that a good collection is also very well displayed, and it's worth spending the time and effort into your display to make your items look as best as they possibly can. I just would like to thank everyone so far for the support. I am fairly new to YouTube and my channel's not been going for that long, and I've got many ideas of what I would like to share with you in the coming weeks. So for those of you who have already checked out some of my other videos and subscribed to the channel, thank you very much. For those of you who are interested in checking this video out for the first time, please do go and check out the other videos on the channel. Tell me what you think. And if you want to see further content, as I've said before, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything which is released over the next few weeks. So thank you once again. I do hope you've enjoyed touring my collection today, and hopefully you'll get to see more and more as the weeks go on. But for now, thank you very much and take care.